Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, so Harry was at that talk in Toronto, and it was like a premier's political. It was like all the losers, and I mean that very sincerely, all the losers. And I noticed like there's barely any people there. Apparently, one of the reporters from the Daily Mail tried to take a picture before Harry was even there, and she was escorted out, and she had to delete whatever pictures she already had. But pictures got out, so I don't know how she managed that. But they weren't of anybody specific. It was more like the crowd in general, and there's no really. It was not a sellout. I'll tell you that right now. Why was it all so secretive? Why was it all so secretive? Why was it all so secretive? If they make a big fuss that a royal is talking, apparently Harry was introduced as the king's son in Canada, right? He's the king's son, so that would indicate that he is. Technically he is. You can't deny that, because even if he's not bio dad, I mean, he's obviously not to take anything away from adopted fathers, right? Let's find out why so secret. What was the big secret? That, there was no reporting on it, no nothing, yet there was a big splash made about it beforehand. Oh, it wasn't successful. It wasn't successful at all. A little bit on the internet was allowed. Oh, there's something there with the charity, or 2 6s in reverse. There's something there about perhaps they didn't donate any money to any kind of housing. It was a money-making scheme. It wasn't a charity or anything like that. It was actually kind of greedy. 9 of Pentacles on the 8 of Swords. Let's move that over. I'm going to say that it was made quiet. Somebody, a female at the top female, made sure that it was made quiet because they were hiding something, and it wasn't that successful. Like I said, the few pictures that did get out, it's not a sellout. It's not a packed house. Seriously, it's not. I've seen lunchrooms fuller. Oh yeah, it was definitely not what it was supposed to be. And interestingly, this is the card for house, and it was supposed to be about housing. It's in reverse. It wasn't about housing at all. I'm wondering if it was some kind of political statement. Another 6 in reverse. It's kind of a murky group of people. Like I said, the people that there were talking were losers. They all lost their seat. There's something very fishy about this thing that he went to. Yeah, and look at 3 of Wands in reverse. Something is really, really fussy about this. Wow. 2 of Cups in reverse and Temperance. I think that this wasn't what they advertised it to be. I think it was a big flop. I don't think you're going to see anybody say anything good about it. It was very tempered. Very tempered. Oh, the Tower. It was a disaster. That's why there's no pictures. That's why there's no big media splash or anything. It was a big disaster. Apparently, they won't even release how much Harry was paid. To speak, numbers are like around 125,000. I think it was, oh, the Devil in reverse. Devil in reverse. It was pretty fishy. I'm thinking that they may have came off as a charity, but it wasn't. It was a money grab kind of thing. I'm getting that the tower moment there. It was a disaster. Absolutely, especially with the devil here in reverse. It'll be a long time before they can get over that. Page of Wands. Oh, look at that. 5 of Cups in reverse. 3 of Swords upright. Knight of Swords in reverse. That might have been the journalist that was kicked out. Knight of Cups in reverse. This wasn't anything that they made it out to be at all. At all. This was a complete disaster. Nobody had, they obviously lost money on it. Nobody had a handle on what was going on. I think this was somebody's pet project. And she tried to throw a bunch of people together that made absolutely no sense. Try to throw them together to make it into something. I think she thought it would be much bigger with, you know, announcing that Prince Harry was there. I think they've realized Prince Harry, here's the announcement. Oh, Prince Harry's going to be there. Wow, nobody cares. And actually, look at this Knight of Swords, he gets lambasted because he just comes up with these word salads. I think in some respects, this Knight of Cups in reverse is Harry being uninvited to the next one. They're ghosting him. This was a complete disaster. I'm getting like a scattered feeling, like there was no rhyme or reason to it. Threw a bunch of people together that had no business being in the same room with each other, on the same platform, on the same stage. It really was a group of big losers. Nobody was like, they certainly did not sell out. The audience was, I don't know, like I'm serious. I've seen lunchrooms with more people in them. I think it was a great big huge disaster. And I don't see any plans moving forward. I think this was somebody's pet project. Somebody who's like, you know who this looks like? This looks like that Wynn is her name. I think she's NDP, or I don't know, she was terrible. She ran the province of Ontario for a while. And this kind of looks like her. So this would be her all retired and she's got her money and whatnot. And it's almost like it feels like it was her pet project. She wasn't willing to let go of any of her money to donate. Here's the 6 here. And so she was hoping she'd get a bunch of other people to help donate their money for her pet project. And it looks like it was a big disaster. Big disaster. She may have even lost a lot of money on it. With this devil in reverse could be a big debt. Devil in reverse could be a debt that you have a really hard time paying off. A debt that kind of strangles you. Wow. So that's why we weren't allowed to see any. We weren't allowed to see what a big disaster this was. Completely missed the mark. Completely missed the mark. I'm getting that nobody was happy with anything that went on. I mean, I think the tickets were $300, $400, $500. I think they feel really betrayed by what was there. I think it was touted as some kind of networking or whatever. Well, you need people to network. I think it was a big disappointment. I'm just going to do one more card. Oh, yeah, lots of gaslighting about how great this was. It wasn't great at all. It was a mess. Absolute mess. And just like how she ran her province. I think this was her pet project. It was definitely a female trying to have some kind of relevance. All right. Well, there you go. Bunch of gaslighting, bunch of people puffing up their chests. It was a loser's convention. That's all it was. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.